Why are you drawing aggro? I mean, I didn't want to mention it, man. I don't want you to give give watch guys like a bad name. You're asking a lot of questions about the watch, though. This is not an XQC stream, okay? This is not H3H3's house on my wrist. This is just a timekeeper. Is Trump coming on stream? Did you see the Grinch, though?
Am I gonna close the door really quick? Just I want to show them the rap. Sure. Check out this rap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible.
I'm not talking about Trump, by the way. I'm talking about when he got gifted the custom Cybertruck. What the hell was the Grinch doing in the driver's side window, man? Why was the Grinch at Mar-a-Lago? This shit is not Halloween or Christmas. It's August. Like, what is he doing there? He's allowed to vacation? I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to... The work-life balance is important. At least he wasn't at the dentist for like 2.5 hours. I mean, it just kind of is crazy to me because he's got like the opposite of the Canadian vacation type. Like, dude is in Florida in the summertime, and then he's in like the fucking Alps of Whoville in the wintertime. Like, that doesn't make sense. Fuck the mushroom. We don't need it. We got the muscle memory now. We don't need it. It's a stutter step, just a taste of your lips, and I'm on a motherfucking ride. You're toxic, and I'm slipping the fuck under, I think, is what she says. Something like that. Oh, fuck you. Don't act like you don't know the lyrics. I like when she does the voice in the middle of the song. And then the drums come in heavier next time. I mean, it's crazy that for an artist as influential as Britney Spears, she has like an undisputed best song. Hey, Tomo. Like, if you were to do a poll of like best Britney Spears song, I feel like in general audiences, Toxic's gonna pull like, I don't know, like 70% of the vote, which is kind of crazy for like an artist with that many big hits. Like, if you were to ask like, hey, what's Michael Jackson's best song? You'd have a lot of shit up there at the top, man. Like, you'd have Billie Jean up there. You'd have Wanna Be Startin' Something. You might have Thriller. You'd have some fucking idiots that are like, you know, black or white. It's not, listen, it's got a great message, but at the same time, it's not one of his, I mean, it's not even off Thriller or Off the Wall. Come on. If we're going cheesy Michael Jackson, I'm more of like a man in the mirror sort of guy, but have you seen the video of the Michael Jackson impersonator stumbling upon a Michael Jackson impersonator? And he watches him like do his performance, but it's like he is Michael Jackson. Like he's giving the look like he's watching someone pretend to be himself. It's so good, man. But he's amazing because like he even had me convinced. It took me like 10 seconds into the video until I was like, wait a second, this motherfucker is not Michael Jackson. Do fish have loins? I didn't know fish could have loins. I've never heard of like, oh, this is a salmon loin. I thought that was like a part of mammal morphology. We call them fillets. Or is a loin if you don't fillet it? A loin is what the fillet comes from. Yes. Aren't you the Fishdle guy? Dude, I was loving the comments on the TikTok that are like, the games are so random, there's no shot he's speedrunning Kirby. Little do they know. If you had told me the clips where I was playing Elden Ring, supposedly, those are the editor, and then the clips in which I'm speedrunning Kirby are actually me, like, who would have thought 2 years ago? Not me. It's time for the marquee presentation. Did you guys hear about this 500-pound bull shark that eclipsed the state record in Alabama? I don't know what this is. This is a muskie. It's a fucking walleye. Oh. Hint me. Hint me. Hint me. Swordfish? Sturgeon! Oh, it's like a 2.5-star performance. Sturgeon. I really did think it was a swordfish. One day it's going to be a walleye. And then me and everybody else from Greater Napanee is going to be like, let's fucking go, bud. Get that in ya. Fucking Molson cold shots, 20 to 8 in the fucking morning. Let's fucking go, bud. Oh, dude. Like, they're giving out gimmies today? Brad Garrett and Allison Janney? This shit is tangled, bro. Oh, fuck. That might not be Alice. That's Allison Janney, right? I'm Wilem Dafoe. You ever see Wilem Dafoe's interview? Where he was like, he figured out he had a distinctive looking face because he thought some dudes were going to rob him on the subway. But then when they stood up, he heard them say, yeah, I know that's him. Nobody looks like that motherfucker.
I always remember I was on the subway years ago when New York was still pretty rough, and I was taking my kid by subway to from downtown to the Bronx Zoo. And some guys got on the train. Can you swear on this program? Okay. Some guys got on the train, and they're sitting there, and they're looking at me, and they're looking kind of, you know, rough. And I think, oh, God, even with my son here, these guys are going to, you know, they rolled me for money or something. Something bad is going to happen, because they were looking kind of mean, and then they were looking at each other. And then I heard one say, yeah, it got to be him. Nobody looks like that mother. That's when I knew. I don't know whether that was worth telling.
I think that's a compliment. I don't know. A distinctive face.
This Eagle Raptor. And Ellen DeGeneres. Finding Nemo. Yep. What a fucking photo, dude. It's so... Listen, she's gotta take... I know she's kind of like canceled, but like that can't be her enduring legacy, man. That's so like 1996. It's my Ellen impression. +2. When did she get canceled? You can get canceled for anything. Like something as basic as like yelling at your employees all the time and like, I don't know, like abusing them at work or whatever and not being funny. The guardian of knowledge. I am to guardian of knowledge. I've read Beowulf in the Old English and I understood what was happening. No, I haven't read Beowulf. I'm quoting an ancient video. I don't know why I said F this guy. Oh, he's sneaky with it.
I'm about to brain flex on you so much. I read Beowulf in the original Old English in 7th grade, and I understood what was happening.
It's kind of an ancient video. Sort of an evil person. Why'd you stop tweeting recreationally? Honestly, like, I think I just had enough of it. Like, now I keep my 300 like trenchant observations like to myself. It's not like, no, I didn't reach a point where I was like, you know, the platform is so toxic. I will say, and it's not like, not woe is me, but it is like annoying to tweet at a certain level of, I don't want to call it fame, but like, cause like, I'm trying to think of like the least condescending way to say it, but like every time you tweet, you just get like a bunch of people in the replies that are like making the same joke but worse. And you're like, well, you're taking like my joke, which wasn't even that good to begin with, and then you're like riffing on it and making it even more embarrassing than it was in the first place. So I think I gotta like tweet now and then, otherwise all my tweets will be like sponsored tweets, but like, to be honest, I just, every now and then I'll think of a joke and be like, I could tweet that. But then I'm like, I don't know. What's the point? To be honest. Is Baldy alright or should I be worried? Because I don't tweet? I mean, like, literally the tweet is like, they're on the level of like, it's crazy that Macca and Peppa are both Ronies. Like, that's not like a mental crisis. That's just calling it like I see it. That's, society can survive without those kind of musings making it into the public record. Oh, man. But yeah, that's like the main reason I don't tweet. I still read Twitter from time to time. But it's crazy, like the platform is insanely bad now. Like you'll click on a funny video and then like all the replies are blue check gimmick accounts that are called like animals posting dubs, and then it's like, you won't believe what her face looks like, and it's like a little kid giving like his last potato chip to his mom, and then his mom smiles or something like that, and you're like, oh my God, man. I'm blocking like 15 accounts a day. 15 images with deeper meaning. It's been 17 and a half years since Nicolas Cage's movie Lord of War came out. Here's 10 things you might not be aware of from the behind the scenes of this 7.2 out of 10 movie. 1 of 38. And the B2B sales, man, the B2B sales, it literally never runs out. I didn't realize, anybody here live in the Bay Area? Come get your boys. Did you see the tweet on like Friday? And it was a founder of some company that's making some AI chicanery. And it was like, look at us. It's Friday night at 8 p.m. and we're at an all-hands dinner talking shop. If you don't have this kind of culture in your company, you're not going to make it in the modern era. And I'm like, lady, you're like 23. You graduated, with a computer science degree. You finished your first term at Y Combinator. Like, you don't know anything. No disrespect. But, like, you shouldn't be... I don't know anything about software engineering. But all I'm going to say is if you tweet 4 times a day, I'm thinking that your company's not going to make it if you're not even at, like, Series A funding. Shouldn't you be banging out some code or something like that? Calling up Mark Andreessen and bilking him for, like, $50 million to keep the lights on? Like, you're literally making like email 3. Like, it's not, you're not inventing brain transplants. Like, relax. That's why you'll never find a babysitter. It might be true. It might be true. You remind me of Mark Proksch sometime. Okay. So I don't know who this is. My hunch is that it's a YouTube video essayist, which is totally fine. It's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. But if I look this up and it's a serial killer, Mark Proksch, American comedian. Oh, I know you did. This is the yo-yo guy. Yeah, man. This is the fake yo-yo guy. Fake yo-yo master K-Strass. I know you don't know K-Strass, man? You don't know Kenny Strasser? It's a Vimeo.
Just tell us a little bit about how you got started to be a yo-yo master.
Honestly, I am just a 35-year-old kid at heart, twice divorced. I have no kids. I don't have a girlfriend, don't want one. It takes a lot of practice. My parents live in Denver. They just got divorced. My dad is now in Oshkosh. And honestly, I'm just going all around. I have a brother in Portland who I don't get along with very well because of his wife. I'm not going to go. It's my dad. Hi.
We're dealing with some issues this morning,
yep.
So we will actually just head that back to Jeff and Bao, and we'll be joining you a bit more with some of these yo-yo tricks coming up in just a bit.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is the guy I remind you of? That's so actually so flattering.
So he had to have that cell phone on.
Here in our area.
But he has the interscholastic, which takes us around to like colleges when I was younger, and I met a lot of great yo-yoists there. One of my favorites was the Garth Brooks of yo-yo, Eric Stringer.
Wow. Now tell us, how did you actually get so
shit
good
is
at
like
what
so
you do?
2007.
It's
so good.
like.
Yeah, my grandpa started it all, and he did. I say something like going. This one.
You go ahead and take it away.
This one, I like to start off because it gets the kids going. It gets them hooked. I say something like, what does John Bon Jovi and Plymouth Rock have in common?
I don't know.
A little bit of rock and roll.
Oh, there we
This
go.
one's called Plymouth Rock. And I get a little bit of flack for it because it's not like right away, it's not your typical yo-yoing. Because I'm just twirling it. But when you get the kids their yo-yos, and they start doing, They start. It's probably my dad. I'm not even gonna get. They start yo-yoing and they get going. And you're like this, you know.
Oh man.
So it's a lot of high energy,
It's a lot of high
fun.
energy, and the kids love it. And a lot of times, we'll be laughing so hard, we don't even get to the environmental stuff. Sorry, my dad.
That's okay. It's a lot of fun, a lot of things going on, giving a very important message to these kids about all kinds of fun information all this week right here on News Channel 7 throughout our shows.
Thank you for the blast from the past. You're right, I do. I can see how I remind you of that guy. I know it's a comedian.
About planet Earth.
I knew it was a comedian the first time I saw it. This isn't a Boom Goes the Dynamite situation. This is K-Strass the yo-yo guy from Zim Zam Yo-Yo, okay? You're not going to troll me with, like, It's Raining McCain or something like that. I already went through that shit in 2008. Painful interview with Yo-Yo Pro. I'm just a 35-year-old kid at heart. Twice divorced, no kids, no girlfriend, don't want a girlfriend. Such a sad fucking mess for the news crew. You when you're smart. I couldn't take the secondhand embarrassment. Weak. You will not survive the winter. Half the time Asian food is goated, the other half it's the worst thing ever. You know what's funny is that you can't say that, or people will accuse you of being uncultured, or if they're like 14 years old of being racist, but it's actually like true. Whenever people are like, oh, Korean food is so goated, and you ask them what kind of Korean food they like, there's like a 70% chance that it's like crinkle cut French fries wrapped around a corn dog. They got, or tteokbokki, or like, oh, I love Japanese food. What Japanese food do you love? Oh, I love sushi, I love ramen. And I love that stuff too. But if you like go spend time in Asia, people will be like, oh, if you really like tteokbokki, you should try chokbal. And then you eat chokbal, and you're like, people have been eating this shit for 400 years? This is garbage, man. Get this shit out of here. Pork hooves? Say the worst is when people like have not been to the place, but they think they know more about the cuisine because they've watched like YouTube food vlogs. And they're like, oh my God, did you know in Korea they eat chicken feet? Yeah, they look so yummy. Yeah, I live there. They're not yummy. Like it's not horrible, but it's just kind of like spicy skin. Like it's nothing. There's no meat on it. They're so good. No, they're not. It's literally like imagine just eating like the skin off of the fried chicken. I like the skin, but you gotta have the meat too, man. Don't even get me started on the raw crab. Gaejang? You will not. I did it once. It's not. I don't believe people actually like it. That's one of my conspiracy theories. It seems yummy. You've never had it. What are you talking about? It seems yummy. It's like you saw the James Webb Telescope take a picture of a black hole, and you're like, oh, that looks like a nice place to vacation. What the fuck are you talking about? You've never been Coop, okay? You've never said, don't let me leave, Murph. You don't have the experience. You're watching some dude on YouTube who's like, oh, wow, Calbee pizza flavored potato chips. They don't make snacks like this in the United States of America. Yes, they do. They make the Calbee pizza potato chips there. They just don't sell well because they can't compete with the Pringles, man. There's great stuff going on all over the world, okay? That's a given. All I'm saying is like, when people say here's the perfect metaphor for it. Did you see the tweet that was like, men will really LARP that they want a goth girl, but when a real goth shows up, check out what happens? And then it was a picture a girl posted on Twitter of her saying, why I'm in bed and he's over here playing video games. And then her makeup was done like Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker. Oh, man. That's the thing. People are always like, oh, I really fuck with Asian food. And you're like, is it Asian food or is it like, you know, Korean fried chicken and bulgogi and sushi? And that's fine. Those are like the best of them. But you're not eating fucking natto and boiled triangles and shit, okay? Like when you have sushi, you better not be feeling like you're like a monk inside of like a temple in Japan or something like that. Like people will really unironically be like, it's so sad that in America they eat so many hamburgers. Then they'll be in like Japan, and they'll be like, oh, Hamburg steak. I love it. It's so much better than the corroded poison that we get in North America. I didn't know you speak Japanese. Nihongo dekimasen. Me walking into a Japanese store and 8 clerks all hit me with the sing-song, welcome to our store, thank you so much for visiting us in unison. I reply in my most Torontonian accents. Gomenasai, Nihongo dekimasen. They're like, we know, motherfucker. We saw you walk in. We just have to say it, okay? Our boss makes us say it. We didn't think you spoke Japanese. Let's be realistic here. You're a North American tourist. We know you don't speak Japanese. I still like from yesterday, we could have worked on it a little bit more, but we were low on glycogen, and it was a group call. I'm the cum in the box. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Mom has just found it. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Mom just found the cum box. That naive man wasn't meant to fly with clouds between his knees. I'm only a man on 2 skinny red skis. Instead of cologne, I'm wearing antifreeze. It's not easy.